destiny. I just do what's best for me. Don't listen to my enemies, they're just full of jealousy. Yeah, this legacy, you gon' see what's left of me. You gon' see success in me. You ain't seen the rest of me. I just wanna be the best at what I know, better than the rest, just watch me grow.
Hello and welcome back. This is the Silent Type, and if you didn't know, well, by the very brief intro, today we will be discussing not only the main problem for new players, but for the whole Shinobi Striker community as well. Well, we'll also be talking about something else other than the modder situation. As you can see on screen right now, we'll be talking about two things actually. The first will be the modders. Now, just like before, everything that I say is complete facts on this game and should be taken very heavily. Modders are no joke. They are people who don't really know how to play the game whatsoever, and rather than just not buying the game at all, they decide that they actually want to try to ruin everyone else's experience by purchasing mods that destroy the game as a whole. Now, the game gets really destroyed in a way in which people do not really understand. When you mod a game, you're breaking into that game's literal database, messing around with the code, and it doesn't just affect your copy of the game, it affects all copies of the game. So if you're wondering, oh well, how come my game keeps on crashing, my game keeps on blue screening, it's because we're all technically on the same server. That's the reason why. So if one person is modding, of course it's going to just break the game as a whole. And especially with a poorly built game such as Striker, because the devs don't really know how to, well, continually update a game while also checking for like the major issues, like with the whole, well, I'm not sure if some people will remember it, but it was like a couple years ago. It was when you use Kamui and rotation at the same time and it made your character become literally invincible, and the only way to get damaged is if someone else was also using that same like skill set. But there are not just one type of mod out there. Like, as you're about to see on screen now, and before y'all say anything, yes, I do report all modders. Bandai could look at the people who are modding and just IP ban them. I don't know why they're not doing that. It's very easy. Now, this is unfair to not only the new players, but us veteran players as well, because I don't think anybody wants to go around randomly being like, oh well, I'm about to have a good time, I made a good build, and then look at this, infinite Tsukiyomi right off from the back. Now me, for those of you who did see the video I made a couple years ago, whenever I see a modder on my team, the first thing I do is commit seppuku. For those who know, those who know. But I can't do it on this map, so the only thing I was really doing on this map was, well, even though the enemy team were a bunch of cowards anyway, because they all have the government gown, which I still stand by, that the government gown should not be in this game no matter what. Like, the only thing I was doing was constantly freeing them from the modder that was on my team. Before y'all ask, no, I do not get the flag, and no, we do not win. Yes, one person from my team left. The reason why I stayed in this match was because, one, I do not condone modding, and I like to trigger modders in a way in which, well, it just brings me satisfaction to trigger a modder. But as you can see, there's multiple kinds of mods out there. Now, there are ways in order to beat a modder. Ways in which some YouTubers are not really saying because some don't really care about the modder situation, which is why they aren't really addressing it as much as I have been addressing it. Like, I believe this is like my 5th, 6th, or maybe even 7th video on the whole modder situation. But a simple way that you can beat the modder: first, you have to identify what kind of mods they have. Next, for the Infinite Tsukuyomi, as you can see on screen right now, you can use Karma Lipton Strange Taste in order to get past the mods. Well, this mod. Now, there are other mods out there, like the constant ult spamming. Besides, like, well, if it's any other ult other than this one, yes, you will be able to actually counter it with Kamui. This one, you cannot. For dealing with a modder, attack types don't really have much to do besides their ultimates. Like, unless you're planning on using the Monkey King Enma ultimate, you won't really be able to do much. Range types, defense, and heals have a better chance of dealing with modders, and I'm about to explain the reason why. Now, for like the way that you saw in the intro, well, not the intro, like when I first started the video, like when I first started speaking, you'll see that I was using Hazan Strike and Water Prison Jutsu. Now, that was a makeshift build in which I just wanted to test out, in all honesty. Now, Hazan Strike is good, it slightly stuns the modder, and Water Prison can keep the modder under wraps long enough for you to actually dish out enough damage. In my opinion, well, and this is my opinion, these are really the only two moves that you can really use against a modder who has infinite cooldowns. Now, for a modder that doesn't have infinite cooldowns, Genjutsu Sharingan and Water Shark Bomb will also work as well. Now, for range, and well, range has it. Range has it a bit easier because you know the whole swap mechanic, which 97.82% of the range types will run nowadays. They'll just run swap. They always do. Like, that's one way to deal with a modder. You can swap them into heavy tags, paralysis tags, fake seal tags. Like, I'm not saying I condone swap, but I don't condone modders either, and I'm just giving y'all ways in order to counter the modders because those are very easy solutions. Another solution will be a Materatsu, hiding in ash, and like I said before, Kamui, depending on what kind of ultimate in which they have, you can use those to counter them. And hill types, they do have the best way to counter a modder. Now, because hill types focus, well, since a majority of the hill type players, I'm gonna say that, focus on supporting rather than actually healing, you'll see a lot of hill types either using Shadow Possession, Tsukuyomi, you'll see Heavy Boulder, you'll see Paralysis, you'll see Super Weighted Boulder, you'll see Mind Transfer, you will see, what else? Like, well, long story short, hill types have a lot of jutsu in order to deal with modders. Like, it's not just a one-off thing. In my opinion, hill types are literally the best ones to deal with modders because of how many stuns they have that is jutsu based. Not to mention, Truth Seeking Orb can block most things. Well, not most things, but it can block most jutsu when it comes to modders. And remember, I main hill, so I know this stuff. Like, if I'm using a hill type, the first thing I'm going to do is see if I have either Tsukuyomi or Shadow Possession or even Paralysis. Because all you have to do is just catch them the right way. Like, this was a while ago. I don't have the footage, but this was a while ago. I remember I was able to fight a modder using Shadow Possession, Tsukuyomi, and the Seal Tag. Because Seal Tag, they can't sub it. The only way that they will be able to get rid of the Seal Tag is if they have Kawaki's ultimate. But the time in which I'm talking about is long before Kawaki even came out. So they wasn't able to do anything. Like, dealing with mods, I'm not going to say it's easy, but depending on what kind of mods they're running, you might have a better chance of surviving and actually taking them out. Because I've seen a lot of different mods while playing this game over the past couple years, and I don't want to really point any names, but the main reason why there are so many mods in this game is due to specific YouTubers, because they wanted to make videos. Oh well, if the game wasn't class restricted, I could use these jutsu with this, so they start modding. They paid somebody to dig into the database to mod the game. Then they proceeded to let others mod the game, because that person thought, oh hey, well, the YouTubers don't have a problem with it, but let me see if I can make some money off of this by selling it. Like, yeah, it took Bandai at least 3 years to actually address the modding issue, which by itself has been a problem since, I'ma say, probably season 3, from what I can remember. This game's been out for 7 years. 7 years. Meaning the modding in this game has been ongoing for at least 4 to 5 years. Because I can't exactly remember when the first modder was actually discovered, or when that person made the video on it, but a YouTuber did start this. Like, not many people know that. The YouTuber that did start this, I don't believe he makes videos on this game anymore, but he definitely is the sole cause of the whole modding. And even if he wasn't the sole cause, I'm gonna just say, like, maybe it would have been like another couple of years before the modding outbreak even took place. Like, I can let y'all know, like, what kind of jutsu can actually counter the modders. Like, if y'all did make it to this point in the video, y'all already know some of them. Again, heal types have a better chance of actually dealing with modders. The only thing that you need to be cautious of is if they have an ultimate spam mod, or if they have the insta kill mod where they just keep activating Korma Link mode over and over and over again, because then the moment they get near you, you're just dead. And the only way to actually get past it is with these few jutsu. Now, like I said, attack don't really have anything to actually counter the mods. The only thing you can really do on attack is have long range ninjutsu. You do not want taijutsu, and you do not want moves that get up close. If you have Cooling Breeze, I suggest you bring it, because once they zoom in, they will get hit by the Cooling Breeze. Even if they have the insta kill mod, if it kills you, it will at least stun them long enough for someone else on your team, if they also have something to break the mods. Like, it will also allow them to combo off in order to take out the modder. Cooling Breeze is a must. Kamui is a must. Sunlit Medicine is a must. For range types, like I said, you can use Amaterasu, you can use Heavenly Hand Power, you can use Hiding Ganache, you can use Kamui. 1,000 Needles of Death is perfect for it. If you put down 1,000 Needles of Death along with some fake tags and keep backflipping while they're dashing to you, I can guarantee you it will stun the modder long enough for you to do damage. Do not use Flame Lightning. You can use Flame Control. It has a lot of distance on it. Just do not use any moves that are up close. For defense types, I'm gonna say the same thing. Depending on what they have is depending on the jutsu in which you can use, whether you want to escape or if you want to fight. Defense types only have a few projectile ninjutsu, but more than likely they will not get one-shotted, so at least they'll be able to get up close. Again, you'll want to have Kamui. Make sure you have Snake Thrust, Sand Shower, Water Prison, Water Shark Bomb, Hazan Strike. You can even use Hidan Soul Reaper, because that move gives you a buff each and every single time you land it. So that's really good. Daikokten. The yellow eye Daikokten, not the one for attack type. I mean like the yellow eye one. Subterranean, if you want to get away. I'm not sure if I actually said subterranean, but like if you want to get away, subterranean. Like the list goes on and on and on. But once again, healer has the most ones. They have Shadow Possession, Shadow Stitching, Tsukuyomi, Paralysis, Yasaka Beads. They have Crimson Drizzle, which if y'all seen the Crimson Drizzle video, y'all will know I don't condone Crimson Drizzle as well. But against the modders, you gotta use what you gotta use. Like, I still won't use Crimson Drizzle, don't get me wrong. Like, the best course of action for a modder, like let's say if you're running a full 4-stack and you run into a modder, and let's say the enemy team actually notices that one person on their team is modding, because not everybody will, not everybody will care. Like, people are scummy that way. They'll be like, oh, this person's modding, oh, easy win for me. But then the next round, the modder in which you just supported is on the enemy team, and now you're getting that same punishment that the previous team had. So if you're running a 4-stack, I would say if you're playing attack type, run Strange Taste, Sharingan, and Kodo of Matsugami. Have a Paper Bomb Kunai on. For defense, have Genjutsu Sharingan, Flame Formation, and Water Prison Rosary Bondage Jutsu. Have 2 hill types. One with Chakra Rebirth and Paralysis, and the other one with Shadow Possession and any other move that stuns. It could even, like, it could be Tsukuyomi, it could be Crimson Drizzle, like, but it needs to stun. So that way you can actually face the modder. Because since it's modding, their ultimates that they're activating over and over is in their jutsu slots. So you can actually stun them with Tsukuyomi, with Paralysis. You can hit them with the heavy seal tag. Once again, this is a major issue that I really wish Bandai would address more accordingly. Because even if they do lose players, they're losing out on more by having people mod their game. They need to find the source of it and start IP banning people who are modding. Because this is not cool to new players, it's not cool to veteran players, and it's definitely not cool towards the casual players. Because some people don't even touch Ninja World League. They're just here for a Naruto game in which you can create your own character. I really do wish that other YouTubers would address this situation. And I really wish that Bandai would fix this. Like I said, IP ban. Make it so, oh, this person is on the IP address, series of code number, like random numbers. Okay, we see this. You were reported from modding. Let's rewind the game footage, because they do rewind the game footage. A lot of people do get banned. But banning isn't going to do anything if they can just make a whole nother account, pay for $5 mods again, and start doing the same thing. But if they ban the IP, it cuts them off the game. You're only taking a small loss. You're losing a couple players. You're not losing, like, they're not going to be losing money. They're only losing a couple players. If you did make it this far into the video, I want y'all to comment down below what other jutsu that y'all have found that is useful for dealing with modders. Because the more we spread this information, the better. Now, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Once again, if y'all have any questions that y'all would like me to answer, I will put my PSN in the comments below. Feel free to text me on PlayStation, like I said in the previous videos. Just because I do not respond right away does not mean that I won't respond. Feel free, if y'all are new to the game and need some tips, or even if y'all want to join in on future games such as Strikers, Ultra Rumble, or even Demon Slayer. By the way, guys, Demon Slayer is not doing so good right now. We got to get the views up on the video, because if it proceeds to only get a small number of views, I'm going to have to cut that game from the channel no matter how popular it is. So be sure to go check those out as well, and I will see y'all all in the next one. Peace.